Good afternoon, everybody. How are you out there? So, yes, very, very exciting. Really cool news. So, the book finally is one over here. The book is finally out. So, Stanley and the Forgotten Forest, our second issue, is finally out through Storm Kids or Storm King Comics. Very, very exciting. I just got my comps in the other day, and they look fantastic. I love them. I don't know what else I can say about it. It's really cool. So coming up this Saturday is actually the Milwaukee Comic Con. That's what I call it, but most people just know it as the Milwaukee Comic Con. We are going to be there along with a lot of other people. I mean, this convention has really grown over the past even just 2 years. I've been doing this show for a very long time when it was in a very like a small little area. Um, yeah, I mean, it just really grew, and now it's like actually in a convention kind of atmosphere, and it's wonderful. It's like I said, it's huge. There's a ton of people there. It's great. So what I'm going to have there is, of course, I'm going to have this book right here, which I've had for a little bit, which is Stanley's Ghost. This one right here is our very first comic that we did. It's all Halloween based. It's actually the first appearance of all the characters: Stanley, Chester, Natasha, Baby Fang, Bandit. And Billy. So almost forgot Billy. So it's the first appearance of them. So that's this issue right here. So I'm going to have those on hand. And I'm also going to have some of this guy right here on hand, our second book, which is called Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. So I'm not going to have tons. I might have between 5 and 7 copies, and that's it. That is all I'm going to have for the time being, anyway. So okay, now you're not going to the show. So where do you pick up the book? Well, not a problem. Go to your local comic store. Most stores, as far as my knowledge, they buy a lot of indie books, and this definitely is an indie book. Storm King is not like Marvel or DC. They're getting there. They're working their way up, but they definitely are an indie publisher, and they have a lot of books out. They've been doing this now for like 13 years, 12 years now, and they are just kicking butt. They're doing fantastic. So, but you can go to your local comic store, and you can definitely go pick up Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. Not sure about Stanley's Ghost, but I'll have copies of those on hand, so don't worry about that. If you don't have one, you can't find one. And again, I'm only going to have between like 5 and 7 of Stanley and the Forgotten Forest physically with me at the show. So if you have any comics out there that you want me to sign, it could be comics from when I worked in the comic industry full time, years ago before I started the studio. Bring that in. I'm more than happy to sign it for you guys. I don't charge for signatures. I don't do that. And also, if you bring in Stanley and the Forgotten Forest, I'm not going to charge you for that signature either. I just don't charge for signatures. I just don't believe in it. But I'm more than happy to sign it for you. So definitely bring it in if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 copies, however many. And yeah, if you don't have it, I don't have the number here, but you can actually still order it, I believe, through Diamond, or have your comic store actually order it through Diamond. I can get you guys that number in a little bit. I think it's the same number like when you pre-ordered the book. For anybody who pre-ordered, it's the same number, but I'll get you that number. So yeah, I mean, just really kind of cool, really fun. I'm really excited. I'm glad I'm loving this book. Now, the next issue that's going to come out. So with Storm King or Storm Kids, I'm just going to say Storm Kids, just going to make it easier. With Storm Kids, they want to focus more on the Halloween titles. Totally understandable. That's their brand. That's what they do. They do like the horror stuff, but now they wanted to try to kind of tap into the kids market a little bit. So which is why I'm working with them, and I've teamed up with Sandy and the gang over there, and we're creating these awesome and fun books. The next issue, though, which is coming out next year, of course, what I'm really excited about is that this is going to be my writing debut. So I've never written a comic book in my life. I've written comic strips. I've written little things here and there, like little plays. Oh, I shouldn't say plays, like not professionally, but I've written a lot of stuff, like even a lot of short stories, and I'm just now going to adapt it into comic books. So I'm very stoked about that. And on top of that, I'm still doing the coloring. So, oh yeah, we've got a new artist working on the next issue, which I'm really excited about. I'll introduce the team to you guys a little bit later on, once you get a little bit closer to 2023, which I know is like knocking on our door. But probably early next year is when I'm going to introduce, who the new artist is. He's been working in the comic industry and animation for a very long time. So I'm very honored to be working with this man. And of course, we're going to have the almighty Janice Chang. She's going to be doing the lettering. If you don't know who that is, oh my God, this woman is phenomenal. She's done all the lettering for Storm King Productions and all the Storm Kids books. But she's also done a lot of work with DC, a lot of work with Marvel. I'm not sure what she's done more of, because I swear to God, every time I open up a book, I see her name as a letterist or as the letterer. So it's like, oh my God. So I mean, she's been doing this for well over 40 years. She's one of the first women in comic books, and she's amazing. So I'm very excited. And plus, I'm actually going to be, and like I said, I'm Sandy and Storm King Productions. I'm also very honored to be working with Storm King Productions and Storm King Comics. And Sandy King is just one of the greatest people you can possibly work with. She's very laid back. She knows what she wants. She doesn't take BS, and she doesn't throw out the BS. She just tells you straight how it is, and that's what I love about her. She's kind of like a second mom to me. I mean, literally. I mean, kind of, really. She's wonderful. So that this team that I've put together and teaming up with, for me, it's a dream come true. It really is. No, it's not Marvel. No, it's not DC. Okay, fine. But you know what? These are my characters. The stories are getting out there. The stories are mine. It's also teamed up with the writer at the time with these two books, with Paul Story. That man is just, I mean, he talk about someone easy to work with. That's this man right here, Paul Story. Unfortunately, he's not going to be with us on the next book. He's going to be going off and doing a different adventure. So that kind of sucks, but at the same time, awesome, you go. So I'm really excited for him to be going into a new and different adventure for himself. So I mean, that's awesome. And Dave Alvarez, unfortunately, fortunate but unfortunately, he's not working with us. Also in the next book, he is the artist and the cartoonist for both of these issues. He will not be with us, which is kind of the sucky part. It is the sucky part, but the good thing is that he got picked up by Disney to be an animator. So, So Dave, congratulations to you, man. That is so awesome. That's a huge pat on the back. Lots of pats on the back. If I can do more, I would. But good for you, man. I mean, that's fantastic. So, but the teams that I worked with, we really do work good together. We're kind of like a family. We do bicker, here and there, but yeah, that's going to happen in families. It's just going to happen. But coming up with these two books, I mean, it really was a great time. The next issue I'm really looking forward to. I've actually already sat down and I started kind of jotting down some notes. My goal is to actually have the whole entire story written by the end of the year. So that gives me a little bit of time. Like I said, I've never written before, so it might take me a little extra time than like Paul or Sandy or somebody else. But I'll get it done. I'm very confident. I'm very positive about this, and the direction, just through 2 or 3 different directions, I'm kind of playing with. That's why I'm jotting down the notes now, because I got to kind of in my head try to figure out exactly which way I want to go with this. But I'm very excited about it. And of course, the coloring. I actually updated the coloring from the first book to the second book, Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. So when you open up both of the books, you'll see it's like it's still me, it's still my coloring, but you're going to see that there's some different things here and there. I kind of updated, in my opinion, kind of did a little bit better in this issue than the first issue. So plus, also, this is the first time I used a Cintiq on a comic book. Because before I was actually just using my tablet where I'm looking up at the screen and I'm physically, down over here and I'm, coloring down on the table. This is the first time I'm actually physically on the Cintiq and I'm doing the coloring, and it is a world of difference. It really is. So, but going back, so that's, so I'm going to have both of the books there, very limited of Stanley and the Forgotten Forest, but I'm going to have definitely plenty on hand for Stanley's Ghost. Not tons. Those have really sold down as well, thankfully. Thank you, guys. But I will have some of Stanley and the Forgotten Forest here. And again, if you guys have any other books that you want me to sign that I might have worked on in the past, like any of my stuff from Marvel or Image or Zenescope, anywhere, please feel free to bring it up. And I'm more than happy to sign it for you guys. I've worked on, a lot of hundreds of books, literally. And it'd be great to just sit there and, sign. I haven't done that in a long time. So to kind of be like, wow, I did do a lot of stuff. Because sometimes you kind of sit back going, man, what have I done with my life? And I know that I've done a lot of stuff, but sometimes you just kind of like you need to kind of give yourself a little pep talk, and I just had that the other day. And but anyway. But yeah, if you have any comic books that I've worked on before, guys, this goes for any time, anywhere I am. Please bring them up. I'm more than happy to sign them. Also, there's something I did a long time ago called sketch coloring, where you bring up a black and white comic or print or something black and white to me and I'll color it up. I'm still doing that. That's my way to do a commission. So I'm not calling it sketch coloring anymore. I'm calling it original hand coloring, or I'll call it something else. I'm not exactly sure, but that's the way that I do a commission. So if you guys have anything for me that you would like me to do, anything like a comic book cover, black and white, and you want it colored up, or a black and white print that maybe you want colored up, or an original, or a sketch, or something. I've done a lot over the years: T-shirts, underwear, bras, some other things I'm just not going to say right here, literally. I've done a large spectrum of things I've colored with markers. So if there is anything you want colored up, please feel free to bring it up to me. And for a small little fee, depending on what it is, it's going to start off at $5 or $10 and go up from there. And I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to have a ton of stuff at the Milwaukee Comic Con coming up this Saturday. It's from 10 to 5, I believe. And if you pay early, I think it's 9:30 to 5. So you get in a half an hour earlier. So I'm looking for it. I like this show. It's right in my backyard. Literally, it's right in my backyard. It's probably about 15 minutes away from me, if that, 10 minutes away. And it's a fun show just all around. You can feel the vibe as soon as you walk in. It's very, yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope to see you this upcoming weekend, or this upcoming Saturday. I'm going to have a big spread. I've got a lot of stuff. I've got some, of course, the studio stuff, and I have some non-studio stuff that I'm going to have there too at the show. Not much, just a very little bit of it. But I hope you guys come and check everything out, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, I'm going to have Stanley and friends there. I'm going to have all the cutouts there for you guys to check out, and definitely also take pictures with, because they want to definitely take pictures with you guys. So take it easy. I hope to see you guys this upcoming Saturday at the Milwaukee Comic Con. Again, 10 to 5 o'clock. It's at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. So it's very well-known area, very well-known place in West Dallas, I think it is, West Dallas, Wisconsin. And yeah, I just hope to see you guys there. It's going to be a great time. So take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye, guys.